investment, after the 2 years, they'll be living comfortably. They might have invested in a house, in a car, in food, in stocks and shares. After that, they'll be living comfortably, isn't it? But those who haven't, and they have just spent it on this and that, and buying this gift and buying that gift, and and wasting the money, they are really going to have a reality check when that 2 year comes. They're really going to have a reality check when that 2 year comes. So what about those people who are wasting these precious seconds and minutes and days that we have? When we enter into that next abode, really we are going to have to pay a price. Really we are going to have to pay a price. The worst that happens on this face of the earth is we may go homeless. But then people may see you, they're not give us food, give us shelter. Why? Because some people are compassionate. In that world, there is none of this. There is none of this. We will really have to take account for what we do. So, to bring the point home that really this time that we have, it's a given to us as a blessing. Let's use it as a blessing. And one way in which we can take the benefit from time by spending it in gatherings like this, but also be warned, brothers and youngsters, that you could be sat here listening. Now imagine that the Prophet ﷺ also, they used to give speech and they used to give nasiha, isn't it? But did everyone they met become Muslim? There were some people who remained enemies, isn't it? But they also heard the speech of the Prophet ﷺ, which is there's no greater speech. Similarly, we are here as well. We are listening, but what is it? What quality do we have to bring inside ourselves for us to benefit from this? One of the qualities is having sincerity. Now, what is sincerity? It is to be sincere with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as to why you are here. Yeah? It's not because maybe our friends are here, maybe they cook nice food upstairs, which mashallah Husnain does cook nice food. There's no doubt about that. But we're not here because of that. That's a byproduct. That's a byproduct, isn't it? So we are here only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure. We're here only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure, and we are intending to use this time to know and to listen about what pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To understand what pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then making an intention to act upon this, and to understand what displeases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and making an intention to refrain from this. This is one way we can really use this time that we have to benefit ourselves. Another mindset that we can adopt is to be humble. Now, how can we be humble in this situation? Is humbleness in this situation? Is it sitting here with our heads down and looking like looking like a pauper? No, humbleness in this situation is the humbleness of the mind and the intellect. We are to humble our mind and our intellect that we know nothing and we are nothing. We know nothing. So if we want to benefit, if we want to benefit from the speech, we really submit our intellect here as well. Obviously, no one's going to mention anything here against the hukum of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is something that doesn't happen. It can happen, but but this is something that doesn't happen. So if we want to benefit, we are to submit our intellect, inshallah. So now, inshallah, we will go into the
القلم السماء بناها رفع سمكها فسواها وأغطش ليلها وأخرج ضحاها أخرج منها ماءها ومرعاها والجبال أرساها متاعا لكم ولأنعامكم فإذا جاءت الطامة الكبرى يومئذ يتذكر الإنسان ما سعى وبرزت الجحيم لمن يرى فأما من طغى وآثر الحياة الدنيا فإن الجحيم هي المأوى وأما من خاف مقام ربه ونهى النفس عن الهوى فإن الجنة هي المأوى. صدق الله العظيم. مولا مولا تیرا ثانی نہیں مولا کہیں سارے جہانوں میں گناہگاروں کا ہے تو ہی سہارا آسمانوں میں تیرا ثانی نہیں مولا کہیں سارے جہانوں میں گناہگاروں کا ہے تو ہی سہارا آسمانوں میں کوئی تجھ سے نہیں انجا تو رکھتا ہے نظر سب پر کوئی تجھ سے نہیں انجا تو رکھتا ہے نظر سب پر تو دیتا ہے غذا کیڑوں کو پتھروں کی چٹانوں میں گناہگاروں کا ہے تو ہی سہارا آسمانوں میں تیرا ثانی نہیں مولا کہیں سارے جہانوں میں گناہگاروں کا ہے تو ہی سہارا آسمانوں میں رنگ برنگی پھولوں میں گل لالا میں بھی تو ہی تو رنگ برنگی پھولوں میں گل لالا میں بھی تو ہی تو لالا میں بھی تو ہی آتا نظر میں ہے سبھی گلشن ویرانوں میں گناہگاروں کا ہے تو ہی سہارا آسمانوں میں تیرا ثانی نہیں مولا کہیں سارے جہانوں میں گناہگاروں کا ہے تو ہی سہارا آسمانوں میں سلطان محل ہو یا کوئی بھی آشیانہ ہو سلطان محل ہو یا کوئی आसमानों में, तेरा सानी नहीं मौला कहीं सारे जहानों में, गुनाहगारों का है तू ही सहारा आसमानों में। जिसे तेरी खबर ना हो जो नादा हो तेरे बंदे, जिसे तेरी खबर ना हो जो नादा हो तेरे बंदे, धड़कता है तू धड़कन की तरह अपने बेगानों में, गुनाहगारों का है तू ही सहारा आसमानों में, तेरा सानी नहीं मौला कहीं सारे जहानों में, गुनाहगारों का है तू ही सहारा आसमानों में। इलाही तेरे आगे ही लिए बैठे सदा अपनी, इलाही तेरे आगे ही लिए बैठे सदा अपनी, बसा अपनी मोहब्बत तू हमी जैसे दीवानों में, गुनाहगारों का है तू ही सहारा आसमानों में, तेरा सानी नहीं मौला कहीं सारे जहानों में, गुनाहगारों का है तू ही सहारा आसमानों में, तेरा सानी नहीं मौला कहीं सारे जहानों में, गुनाहगारों का है तू ही सहारा आसमानों में। मौला
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya wal Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Amma ba'du, fa'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Tabarakalladhi biyadihil mulku wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. وقال عز وجل سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى صدق العظيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Alhamdulillah, by the fazl and grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have been blessed and we have entered into the blessed month of Sha'ban, which is also one of the sacred months of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a beloved month and blessed month as well. And just like Rajab is now gone, our days of yesterday and the days before that and the years before that have also gone as well, and we cannot bring them back. The purpose in which Rajab was actually sent, if we've not achieved it, then it is still not over yet for me and you, because death hasn't come upon us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us chance after chance to avail the opportunities to enter into His pleasure and to enter into success which He has created us for. He has not created us to punish us, but rather we were meant to reclaim the lost kingdom which we have actually lost ourselves. Not the lost kingdom, but the kingdom, the heavenly kingdoms which we have lost because of our sins and our heedlessness that we commit on the face of the earth. Every single one of you, myself, yourself, we have our own paradise waiting for us. In other words, as our beloved teacher Shaykh Ahmad Dabbar, they said is that myself and yourself, we are the kings and princes of paradise. Reality is we have a kingdom waiting for us. The paradise world is waiting for me and you. But if we don't claim, just like for example, if I was to tell you, now any single one of you, if I was to tell you, you have a 1,000,000-acre land waiting for you on the other side of the world, and it's your right, you are the owner, you are the possessor, Do you think anybody would be living here? You'll be running first and saying, where is my land, and let me go and live in it. But the strange thing is that we are aware, and we've been told, and we've foretold as well. The Quran tells us, Allah SWT has told me and you, Rasulullah SAW told me and you, that paradise is waiting for me and you, not hellfire. Paradise is waiting for me and you. That is where we belong. That is where our father was from, and that is where we belong. That is where every son of Adam is belonged to, is supposed to inhabit. But me and you are reluctant to enter. Strange matter, isn't it? In this world, forget even about a million acre. If I was to tell you there's a 3-acre land waiting for you with your mansions and palaces and swimming pool and all the luxuries that you can imagine, everybody don't start dreaming now, is that you'll be thinking, yeah, where is that place? Let me go and stay there. Even if it's in Brighton, you say, I'll go there, it doesn't matter. Yes, I'll go there. Forget about it in Barbados or Trinidad and Tobago or on the other side of the world or Malaysia. We're not going there. I'm not going to tell you about Fiji, by the way, because you're really going to get jealous about Fiji. Fiji is another beautiful country with beautiful islands. It's like a paradise of worlds, honestly. It's absolutely beautiful. Not that I'm saying that you shouldn't go there. You should definitely go there if you have the chance one day, if Allah wills. But if I was to tell you you have your own land in this world waiting for you with all the luxuries, you will not be wanting to stay here. And if I was to tell you that there you have all the provisions ready for you, you don't need to work anymore, you'll be telling me, Brother Qays, where's the first flight? Let me catch that flight straight away. I would not want to stay here anymore. Just like if I was to tell you, some people do like the cold weather, but majority of us, because we're from the Indo-Pacific subcontinent area, our skin is naturally orientated towards hotter climates. We would run to the hotter climates and not be in this freezing cold weather, that's for sure. So you'd be asking me, where is a plane ticket? Where can I get it? And please allow me to actually recapture my land, which is rightly yours. Just like how earnestly you'd be wanted to capture that land in this earth, in this land, in this phase of this world, is that with even more zealous and with the more want, you should be thinking, how can I enter that land of paradise which is waiting for me? And that is how the mindset of the Sahaba were, the companions were. That is why they didn't look at death as a punishment. They didn't look at the death as end of everything for me. You know, they looked at death as an entry toward the paradise, toward the kingdom which is waiting for. The pleasure of Allah, the meeting with Allah, to be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to be in paradise, to be with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to be with the pious and righteous. That is how they saw death. And that is how they saw the life of this world. So something's happened to me and you. Something's happened. If you honestly ask yourself, because remember this, brothers and sisters, elders as well, not many elders here really, everybody's young here these days, is that every single one of us really sincerely need to ask ourselves, I know, Ahmad, you don't need to look at me like that, honestly. You don't need to look at like that, honestly. So every single one of us need to actually ask ourselves is that, why is it? Why is it that I am not striving and wanting to go into paradise and reclaim that land? Why is it that if it's the case I was to tell you that you have been given, let's say, 20 acres land with all amenities, with all luxuries and all your provisions provided for, you won't need to work. You've got people who'll be actually, you've got caterers, you've got slaves, not slaves, let's just say that, we're a slave-free word here. You've got your your butlers and all these other things. You've got your butchermen doing your meat, and you've got your barbecue guys who'll do your barbecue. You've got your caterers, you've got all sorts of people doing all sorts of chores for you, and they've been looked after. You don't need to pay them either. If you feel you can go to the spa, have a massage, alhamdulillah, have that as well. You would run towards that. You would not actually wait for another minute, but yet still something far greater than this world, which we cannot even imagine, which Rasulullah said is that no eyes has ever seen, no ears has ever heard. We are reluctant, if not, we're actually going backwards instead of actually going forwards towards paradise. Now ask yourself, why is that? Why is it? How is it the Sahaba Ajma'in, they managed to understand this and the Awliya and Salihin, they understood it, and that is why they actually striving forward and realize the reality of this world. Yet still me and you are still deluded of this world and this dunya. Why is that? We understand land, we understand money, we understand luxury, but he sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling us that land, power, luxury, fame, name, whatever, anything you imagine is far better and far greater in paradise. And it's just peace. So for you, what is peace? For some of us, it's just to have peace and quiet from the children. That is luxury. If you have children, 2, 3, 4 children, or if you have any child who's quite autistic, well, they don't need to worry about the finance. For some people, it could be peace that they've actually now got their house, they don't need to worry about anything else. So for some people, the peace could be that they've actually got friendship. For some, they're not lonely. For some people, peace could be they're going out on holidays and enjoying themselves, sightseeing, that is peace. So everybody, every single one of us here have got different idea of peace. Now put all of those together and multiply by 1 billion, that is what paradise is. And it's never ending. Never ending. We can only that is that the pleasure. Yes, we're not allowed to say that. No. What about favorite food? Anybody have favorite food? You guys, I'm telling you, most people are eaters here. I can see it as well. I'm not saying, I'm not looking at your bellies either, but I'm just saying is that we have a lot of eaters. Nobody has even favorite food? Subhanallah, this is a very hard audience here. Okay then, go on. What? Biryani, mashallah. I'm sure, I'm sorry for that. The biryani, Lala, is biryani on the list today? No? Yes, there's biryani, mashallah. You can have some biryani later on. Okay, so sisters are probably thinking, these brothers are absolutely pathetic. We can tell you, Brother Qays. Yeah, just give us them, I think. Anyway, is that okay? So the sisters, you also think, a favorite food, let's say you have, brother, you said biryani. Now the brother said biryani. Don't hold on to it as well. How many of that biryani can you have until you get bored? 2 plates. No, brother, insist. You said it's your favorite food. Do I keep on giving biryani? Stomach small. Okay, let's say you empty yourself. Next day I give you biryani. Okay, very good. Then you empty yourself. 2 days later I give you biryani. Then I keep on giving biryani because it's your favorite food. Eventually, what you will say? Brother Qays, I'm sick of it. The difference here is that anything in this world that you like, be it a food, be it a color, be it, let's not talk about teams here, be it food, color, be it anything that you like, eventually it's too much of it, what will happen? You get bored of it. The difference in paradise is that with every bite, it only increases. With every look, it only gets better. You never get bored. That is why there is no boredom. It's not allowed. It's completely forbidden. It's haram to be bored in paradise. It's completely forbidden because there is no boredom. Here in this world, you get bored. In paradise, imagine, you can't even imagine it. I've had this fruit, beautiful, amazing, wow, out of this world. You eat it again, and it's next level. Another level of taste. And you think, yeah, I can't be the first, and it can't be the, no, it increases more and more. That is what is waiting for me and you. The clothes that you wear, okay, what is it? What, I can be up to date. You can get the best clothes that you can imagine. Armani, Hugo Boss, whatever, Louis Vuitton, and so on and so on. You can wear all that. After a week or two, it's out of. You're not in fashion anymore. You're not fashionable. You're old-fashioned. You're gonna get the new. Okay, another one. You get another one. In paradise, every glance you can change your attire. You may get bored. Now, for all those married couple there, is that, yes, you get old with your wife and you're looking at them, you, alhamdulillah, you're ashiqeens, you're lovers, and then what happens is that as you get old, the wrinkles start coming, you don't want to look at each other, maybe. Inshallah, it doesn't. We're not artificial people, we look at the beauty inside. But in paradise, when you look at your wife, you look at her, you'll see her, glance at her, you will be in love, and you will see, in Sayyidina Al-Qadir Jilani Rahmallah mentions in his book, is that you'll see that near the neck area, you'll see it says, you can see her true loyalty and love for you and nobody else but you. And what happens that every time you look at your wife, her beauty increases. I'm sure the wives and the husband are thinking if only they'll happen in this world. But anyway, in paradise is that the beauty increases. And more you look, increases again. Next glance, increases again. It never fades. Here, everything fades. Beauty fades, taste fades, luxury fades, everything, comfort eventually fades away. But in paradise, it never fades. It only increases. So that life me and you know is waiting for me and you. Why is and how is it that we're not running towards it? Have you asked yourself this question? Why is that we're not running from it? And this blessed month of Rajab that has actually come is a sign for me and you. Because what's happened is that we have really sedated and actually completely cemented ourselves in this world, and we can't lift ourselves. Have you felt like that? It's that we've been so grounded in this world, we can't even jump. We can't even lift. So the moment we want to pray, we'll go back down again. The moment we want to change, it's like a hurdle that comes back again. The moment we want to actually become good, it's like we can't get rid of the grip. Something's happening. Then you go to Dr. Shah, Dr. Shah, I think Jinnat has affected me. I think somebody's done jadoo on me, Dr. Shah. I need healing done. We blame it on something else. We blame it on the evil forces, the dark forces, the shayateens and evil, and sometimes it could be the case. We feel as though we were trying to get ourselves up, we are trying to get ourselves moved, we're trying to get up, and we get shrunk down again, smashed. There's a glue that we can't seem to separate. We can't seem to actually get rid of. And it keeps on hammering us again and again. And the strange thing is that anytime you do sin, not a problem. It's like the doors just keep on opening. You want to do this? Go ahead. You want to do this? Go ahead. But when you want to do good, you see the door, you try to enter, choom, you get back down again. Have you felt like that? Have you felt as though that you try to go through the doors of goodness, but as you enter, it's like something just pulls you back? Have you felt like that? One of the reasons why you're feeling like that is because of the blessing of Rajab that we didn't utilize. What is that one thing that we learned about Rajab, and what thing that happened in the blessed month of Rajab? You should all know what happened. So let me just pick on some. Brother, what happened in Rajab? You don't know? Okay, very good, no problem, that's fine. Okay, brother in the chair, what happened in the month of Rajab? You don't know? Okay. Okay, now the people at the back, look at them, they're all putting their heads down. Oh, Brother Qays, don't look at me, please, don't ask me anything, honestly, I don't want you to pray. So it's like, it's a life and death situation here. I won't look at Benjamin because he's a good lad, he's going to have to serve us tea later. Okay, brother there, you should know, isn't it? Brother, look behind Benjamin, yeah? Yes, what? No, yes, I'm looking at you, Hudrik, okay? That's it. What happened in the month of Rajab? It's strange. Dr. Shah, you see, hearing this? Strange matter is that we do program upon program, year after year, and we think this is the fault of us, not yourselves, by the way. It's our fault. As teachers, as instructors, as people that we assume everybody knows. We assume they know. And we neglect the basics, and that's what it is sometimes. We neglect it. And we try to talk about high-level stuff, etc., etc. And we're trying to talk about these experiences and so on, and we don't even know the basics. That is true. That is true. The gift of Salah was given, yes. But what was the actual thing? What was the actual event? Go on, Brother Kabir. MashaAllah, Miraj. And it's actually there on the thing, is that in the blessed month of Rajab, on the 27th night, which you would have commemorated either maybe or maybe, and if you haven't, then it just shows itself. The night of Mi'raj took place. And what happened, for those of you who don't know, and now it's probably recalling it, yeah, we do know, yeah. But for those of you who can't recall, is that some very important incident took place, but reality is that Mi'raj, Uruj means to ascend. What did Rasulullah do? He ascended. Me and you know, we've been instructed, Atiullah, Ati Rasul. We've been told that we're supposed to follow the Messenger of Allah. But this was ascension through body and spirit. This was actually ascending to the heavens. How are we supposed to follow? That question could arise in you. Brother Qays, you're saying that we're supposed to follow the sunnah of the Prophet, but how are we supposed to ascend? I can't go. How am I supposed to ascend? How do I get to the qurban nearness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That should be the question you should be asking. How do I ascend then? How do I copy the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? How do I actually now mimic this sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he ascended to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How can I do it? And that is what he sallallahu alaihi wasallam actually showed and demonstrated to me and you. His teaching is given to me and you. How we can have our ascension. There's ascension of the Nabi and messengers, but there's ascension for the ummah as well, the sinful ummah like me and you, myself, a sinful person like myself, is that from this world, how can I ascend to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's qurban nearness? Because we are feeling it. We feel the weight of this world just drags us down. We're feeling our nafs is dragging us down, our desires are dragging us down, and we do push a little bit, but it seems to not be enough. We may do salah for 1, 2, 3 days and we back down again. We may do good habits, we may do dhikr for 1 or 2 days, it's gone again. We may do tilawat of the Quran, we say, no, this year I'm going to make sure I do my Quran pakka, I'm going to really connect with the Quran, I'm going to recite. And what happens? 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, and then we go down again. For those of you who's into your weights and losing weights like myself maybe as well, is that we may have a good push for 1, 2, 3 months, and then afterwards we lose the routine. We'll go back down again. Part and parcel of life, that's what's happening. But how can we make it such that it can be such a permanent thing that we keep on ascending? You know, like in space where they throw a rocket and you go to space and it's keep on going and going and going and going. Well, this is what you can learn. This is what we're here for. We can teach you how to do that. But the very first thing, let me just tell you, like you're saying, is that in case those brothers who say they don't know, in Rajab, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam actually had an ascension. He was taken through body and spirit. He was raised to the heavens. He went from Masjid al-Haram, from Makkah towards what? To Medina, towards Medina, Yathrib, we saw this, and then towards all the way to Bayt al-Muqaddas and Aqsa. And then from Al-Aqsa, this was the, you could say, horizontal journey that he took place from Makkah, showing Yathrib and Medina, and then going all the way to Al-Aqsa. And from Aqsa, where he met all the prophets and messengers, he led them in prayer. He then ascended to the heavens, all the way, first heaven, second heaven, third, fourth, fifth, all the way to Sidratul Muntaha, and the meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala eventually in the end. And then he was given a gift. That is, inshallah, we'll talk about it later. So he was given a gift. Why was he taken? Is to show him, to increase our certainty, to increase his yaqeen. Even though he's a prophet, but it's to show him science, but to show him this heavenly realms, to give him knowledge and understanding, to increase him. But more or less, more than this, is to actually meet Allah, to honor him and to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the blessed night. And this night of Mi'raj, this ascension, where time even stopped. The hadith that comes is that even the drop of water when they're doing wudu, that drop before the drop started, before it could fall, he'd already ascended and come back down again. Time even stopped. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the master of time, he's the control of time. So this was a miraculous journey. What I wanted to actually here to shed a little bit light on yourself is that, and this is something where you're going to get bogged down as well. We say, I'm being bogged down. Sometimes it could be work, could relationship, finance, whatever it is, you're getting dragged down. It doesn't mean it's not, it shouldn't happen. It will happen. But it can't be worse than what Rasulullah actually faced. So the background towards Mi'raj, so you can understand, is that it was in just the year of sorrow. 8th or 9th year in which Rasulullah lost his beloved uncle, Hazrat Abu Talib, the father of Sayyidina Ali, is that he lost his beloved uncle, who was the chief of the tribe, but also Quraysh, he was the chief there. But he, by having him as his uncle, he was a protector of his. He was a security and protector. No other clan, because in that year, what was happening in those years from when revelation came towards the year of Rasulullah in the 8th and 9th year, is that there were so many persecutions and so many attempts on the life of the Prophet ﷺ. They tried to assassinate Rasulullah ﷺ eventually. Where Hazrat Abu Talib would tell him is that, listen, my nephew, is that what you have to do is that he would instruct Rasulullah where the different, they'll sleep in different houses so that the enemies won't know where he's sleeping. Hidden away. Such worry that happened. Where he suffered for 3 years, the social boycotting, like the people of Gaza are suffering and people in Kashmir and other places suffering about boycott. Well, there were sanctions and boycott with Rasulullah and the family of Abu Talib and others, the whole family of Sayyidina Abu Talib and Rasulullah and their family were actually boycotted, and it was called the Shab Abu Talib. They lived in the valley, just not far from where Makkah is, just in the valley in the hills. Well, now it's not hills, it's destroyed probably. Is that they were there in the adjacent area, and nobody could mingle, nobody could take food, nobody could trade, nobody could marry into the family whatsoever. Such was the case, is that they made a pact. I'm going to the seerah, but it was the case that until the contract in which was written on that they couldn't do this, 3 years he had to wait. Well, one day Rasulullah, in that 3 years, let me just tell you, is that for you to understand, no food, no clothing, no trade, they had to do it hidden. Like in Gaza, the people were to take the food underneath the tunnels, etc., etc. In a hidden way, people were hearing the pangs of hunger and cries of the children at night, and they couldn't sleep even. Imagine seeing your own child which is hungry is difficult. But seeing your own child going for that food day in and day out, and they're starving and dying of starvation, how hard is it for a parent? Imagine how hard it is for Rasulullah as well as Sayyidina Abu Talib. Imagine how difficult it is. Why? All they want is that just give us your nephew, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we can be all right again. Hand him over to us. As Abu Talib said, never. That will not happen. I will keep with this boycott. Nobody keep on boycotting. I will never hand my nephew over. That is who we're talking about, what they did, and their family suffered. For not 1 year, 2 years, but 3 years. The children were eating grass and leaves. They play with the grass and leaves. They eat the bones and skins of animals just to survive. This is what they were doing. No food was coming. And out of pity, and if anybody was seen to give any food, if anybody was seen, they would also be boycotted as well. Until on the 3rd year, what happened? Through wahi, it was revealed. Rasulullah then informed his blessed uncle that, oh my uncle, go back now. Tell them that that this contract is not binding anymore, because that contract has been eaten, is placed in Makkah. People were guarding it. Nobody could even know about it. Say the contract has been eaten by white ants. It's void and wrong. Only the name of Allah remains. Only the name of Allah remains. He said, and Abu Talib then went to the chief tribes of creation. He said, is that I will make you a deal. I will hand over my nephew if your contract is still binding, if it's still there. But if the contract has been eaten up by white ants and on the name of Allah is there, now it's not binding anymore. That contract that you made, that deal you made, it's not binding anymore. You have to actually break it now. So they said, this is such a win-win situation. Of course the contract is there. They open the Kaaba door, they look inside, and lo and behold, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's miracle, what happened? It is as Abu Talib has mentioned. They were shocked. You see how bent and crooked we are. Instead of them accepting what a miracle and the truthfulness of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to the surprise of Sayyidina Abu Talib, it was at the age, but he just got further conviction that they should have all embraced, but they didn't. What did they do? Like Shaitan does, finds another excuse. This is what me and you do. Blame others. Find an excuse rather than accepting the truth. And the truth was is that this is the real messenger, the truth of God. This is what he speaks is truth. Let's follow him. What did they do? They said, no, this is not the magic and sorcery of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He's done magic. Muhammadan magic. He's cast a spell. They rather believe this than the being who's lived with them for 40 years or so more than 40 years, and they've seen nothing but truth uttered from his mouth. That time, year of sorrow, this personality, Abu Talib, Sayyidina Abu Talib, he passed away. It was very difficult. Who didn't give him up? Who didn't give him up to the Quraysh? When they wanted, he said, no, that's my nephew, I will not give him up. So beloved was Rasulullah to him that in the seerah it says that he was more beloved to, Rasulullah was more beloved to Abu Talib than even his sons even. When there was food, he'd give him more food. When there was clothing, he'd give him the best of clothing. He loved him with every ounce of his body, he loved him. It's a strange matter. It is a strange matter, isn't it? In Sahih Bukhari, I'm just going here. In Sahih Bukhari, it said every Mondays, what happened? You know about Abu Lahab. Even Surah Lahab is actually pronounced. Is that every Mondays when the birth of the Prophet came, what Abu Lahab would do is that out of joy and happiness of the birth of the Prophet, what to do with these fingers, 2 fingers, he did ishara to his slave lady, a girl, and said, "You are free." You are free. Out of joy and happiness, said, you are free. It had like this. Every Monday, because of that joy and happiness he expressed of the birth of the Prophet ﷺ, every Mondays his punishment is actually stopped and he's given water with those 2 fingers that he used to do ishara to free that girl. I'm giving water with those 2 fingers that he indicated towards, out of love and out of honor and out of love of the birth of the Prophet. If that's the case, that Allah SWT treated Abu Lahab in this manner, in the grave, in this manner on a Monday, that he's stopped, his punishment is stopped, and also that he's given water with those 2 fingers that he used to actually free the slave, what to say about that person who with every fabric of his being protected and loved the Prophet ﷺ? What to say about him, i.e. Sayyidina Abu Talib, what to say about him? What do you think will happen to him? He loved him, honored him, and treated him more love than his own child. That's what he did. So he was so beloved to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he passed away. Then the source of comfort, his beloved wife, Hazrat Sayyidah Kubra anha, she also passes away. Who was a source of comfort when Nubuwwah, when revelation was descended upon him, she comforted him and helped him through that traumatic time. She comforted and helped him before even Nubuwwah came. Nubuwwah, when he was actually revealed, he was still a prophet before that as well. But when they traded, and when she found out his beautiful akhlaq and his beautiful conduct, she fell in love with his conduct and character. She married him. But all throughout her life, she supported Rasulullah with wealth, with support, with provision. So his comfort, his support was there, and she's also gone now. The mother of his children is also gone. That's why they call it the year of sorrow. So grieve for the fact that now he's vulnerable. The Quraysh can now approach and do whatever they want to the Prophet ﷺ. Now also at home, the children in turmoil. Why? The mother has passed away. His comfort, his support has passed away. So from a social point of view and from an internal point of view, he is lost badly in terms of the losses that he suffered. Then he decides, grieve not. The people of Makkah are not actually accepting my message. Let me go to another town. From here, let's say, let me go to Bradford. Just say, Taif is about 40 kilometers away, so let me go to Taif. Give dawah. Maybe the people actually will accept my message there. So there he goes to Taif. Rather than accepting the message, for 10 days he went to Hazrat Zaifa, Hazrat Zayd bin Haris, Sayyidina Zayd, he went with them to preach the message of Islam, to tell people. He even told them, okay, if you don't accept my message, don't tell anybody that I'm actually here. Don't inform anybody I'm here. Leave it and I'll actually go back quietly. Rather than doing this, the people choked them out of Taif. They threw stones, the children through the alleyway, they threw stones at the Prophet ﷺ, who was then gushing with blood. Imagine this, to watch, just to preach to people that worship one God, one Lord, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and enter and reclaim your land in paradise. This is what they see. But people actually threw stones, hurled stones at them. The children were throwing stones at them. And they're drenched in blood. Imagine who's this? This is the most beloved of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah's beloved. And if we get insulted, if we get actually harmed, we want nuclear bomb to be thrown at the person. But Rasulullah did not react like this. Now this is the beloved of Allah. So instead of Taif, where people didn't, instead of accepting, they rejected the message. They harmed the Prophet ﷺ. And at that moment, a very poignant moment took place, where he ﷺ made a dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's very famous. Dua Taif is called, is that he then asked, Ya Rabbal Alameen, he's completely, you look at it, imagine is that my uncle has gone now. My wife has gone. I come here to another land, another place to preach the message. These people are hurling abuse and actually harming me and actually trying to actually do damage to me in every way possible. Hungry, thirsty, tired, blood-stained all over. What do? He sort of raises blessed hands to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Me and you at that point will be saying, Ya Rabbal Alameen, finish them. Finish all of them. But here we see the beauty of the Prophet ﷺ. What did he say? Ya Rabbal Alameen. I'm just giving to this effect. Here, rather than actually condemning the people and saying he's complaining about his own weakness. Imagine Rasulullah is saying about his own weakness. He said, Ya Rabbal Alameen, it's my weakness, it's my limits, it's my inabilities, not theirs, it's mine. That is why they're not accepting this. That is why this is happening to me. Instead of complaining, oh, it's their fault, it's this person's fault, that fault. No, he's complaining about himself. Such humility is saying that then he said, Ya Rabbal Alameen, where else am I going to go? You've left me with people who are chasing me out, who want to harm me, who want to persecute me. If it is, as long as Ya Rabbal Alameen, okay, I will take that, I will take the stones, I will take the bullets, I will take all of this. I'm just paraphrasing. As long as you are not displeased with me, I don't mind anything that can happen to me. How can Allah SWT be displeased with the Prophet ﷺ? As long as you are not displeased, I will tolerate and I will bear it. It is with this dua, Sayyidina Jibreel Islam came with two angels, the angels of the mountain, and then the angel said, Ya Rasulullah, just give us the order, give us the hukam, we will crush the people of Taif there and then. Just give us that hukam. What does Rasulullah do? That is why he's Rahmatul Alameen. That is why he loves his ummah so much. He said, Ya Rabbal Alameen, if you do this, there will be nobody there to worship you and to say there is one true God, and who will worship you alone and call upon you. Ya Rabbal Alameen, rather they don't know me. If they knew me, they wouldn't be doing this. They don't know me. Ya Rabbal Alameen, I say that you forgive them, and also Ya Rabbal Alameen, shayad maybe if you forgive and guide them, there will be somebody come from there. Some of the progenies will come from there who will worship you alone, who will glorify your command, glorify you, and spread your message. Ya Rabbal Alameen, leave them be. And guess what? It is because of this dua, our ulama Shaykh Ahmad Dabbagh, they said that it's probably because of this dua that me and you are Muslims now. Because Muhammad bin Qasim was one of those progenitors that came from Taif and went all the way to liberate Indian parts of continent area. That dua, or the badwa that people would normally do, the badwa that was about to fall upon us, he ruled that out. He didn't curse. He rather make dua, Ya Rabbal Alameen, guide them. That is a beautiful, sublime conduct and character of the Prophet ﷺ. And it's because of this sorrow of what they've done, and because of this grief, that they felt in the heart of the loss of Sayyidah Khadija radiallahu anha, the loss of Sayyidina Abu Talib radiallahu anhu, that is why he selected the month of Rajab. Oh my beloved, come to me. I have not left you alone. Now you come to me. And that is why the call was taken, so that he could comfort the heart of the Prophet. Nobody else can ever comfort you. Only Allah is the real comforter. So that is what Allah said, oh my beloved, I have not abandoned you. How could you say this? I have not left you. How can you even think of this? Come to me. And he called him towards his presence. And he met. And in that meeting and that greeting, imagine if you were to go meet the king. Imagine if you go, the most important person that you imagine, so the president or the king, you probably forget about everybody else. But you're meeting the king of the world, king of all kings, Lord of all the worlds, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In there, in every prayer, what do you recite? At-tahiyatu lillahi wa salawatu wa tayyibat. That is how Rasul actually prays Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then, what do we say? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, angels are giving salam upon the Prophet. Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi. Wa rahmatullahi barakatuhu. But he didn't just want salam and barakah for himself. He said, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Why just me? I don't want it just for me. In the night of Ascension, when all of this has happened, Taif and the incident of Taif and the situation with his uncle and the situation with the loss of his beloved wife, Sayyidah Khadija radiallahu anha, and the people persecuting, the people trying to harm him, and persecution, Muslims are suffering all over, being persecuted. In that halat, in that state, Rasulullah remembered not the pious and righteous, he remembered me and you. Why? Because what he said, Assalamu alayna, and he separated, wa ala ibadillahi salihin. That also, Ya Rabbal Alamin, not just me, but Assalamu alayna, him included. Who is this alayna? And also be upon us, the peace and barakah be upon us. Who is this alayna? And then the ibadillahi salihin, the pious and righteous. He mixed himself. Now, imagine that's how humble and humility there is that he said, Ya Rabbal Alameen, also the alayna, my sinful ummatis, he thought about me and you before even the pious and righteous. When we say Assalamu alayna, when Rasul said, he referred to his sinful ummati. Ya Rabbal Alameen, them, bless them, forgive them, send barakah upon them, be pleased with them, and also my pious and righteous ummatis as well. That is the love of the Prophet ﷺ, that he had for me and you, that even meeting the King of the world, he's still thinking about me and you. In the climax of intimacy, he's thinking about me and you. Yet still, what do? Do we ever think about him? And remember him? So this Mi'raj took place on this, and then in there, I won't even go through this now, is that if you want that uruj, if you are saying that, how can I mimic the Prophet and have that uruj, is that how do you actually go away from this sinful state that this is for life in this world, how to get away from the pangs of this world and the destruction of this world and the temptation of this world? A simple thing that you need to do. The very most fundamental thing that you need to do is you need to start actually getting your thrust ready and acceleration ready, to get your boosters ready to boost you up from this world and not to get entrapped, is that you need to have the purpose, right purpose of life and world view. Once your purpose and direction of life is correct, no matter what you say to me, even if I'm telling you this, for example, look, Aqidah is basically giving you purpose of life. It answers you why you should worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why should you actually strive for paradise? Why should you refrain from hellfire? Why? It is the thing that actually tells you what your purpose of life is and how to achieve it. The fiqh is actually what you need to do to achieve the purpose. The fiqh element tells you what you need to do. The tawbah element is, for example, I can't get rid of it. My past is killing me, it's daunting me. Sometimes we are scarred by the past and we can't let go. The tawbah, the beauty of tawbah is that it purifies the whole past. Soon as you turn, that is why instead of facing towards the dunya, you face towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Instead of facing towards the sin, you face towards righteousness. Instead of facing towards heedlessness, you face towards awareness. That is what tawbah is. You're turning yourself back from Allah towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Back from sinfulness towards piety. And back from the past life to the new life. So some of us are bogged down and dragged down because of the past life. Oh, I was druggy. Oh, I was alcoholic. Oh, I had this. I did this. I did this. I did. Okay, you've done this. It doesn't matter now. The moment you do tawbah, everything's now wiped slate clean. Finish. It's a new start. A new dawn. A new beginning now. Look ahead. Don't look back. So the beautiful thing is that you're not using these thrusts. That is why you get bogged down. That is why you're getting pulled down. As basic level as you may think, oh, Brother Qays, we've heard this. You've not understood yet. What it is that when you learn about belief system, when you learn about the journey of man, it's telling you about the purpose of life. The objective of life. How to achieve that purpose. This is what it's telling you. The fiqh, the do's and don'ts is telling you how you can actively achieve that purpose. Aqidah purifies your belief. The fiqh purifies your action. The tawbah purifies your past. Now you need energy, activity, and that is what mujahadah is that you need to now strive. Just pull yourself and go. Push. The thrust, the engines are there, the propeller is there, it's right now. You just need to pull and get away from the deception of this world. Get away from the temptation of this world. Pull yourself out of it. And the reason why you're going back down again, because there's a lacking in this. One of these elements, either you've given up on tawbah now, you think, oh no, I keep on doing the sin again, I won't bother. That's what's happened. Either you've given up, I won't. Then you are damned to fail. You will be damned. Because this is what Shaitan didn't do. He didn't do tawbah. You're following exactly his footsteps and his trap. You're not condemned. Your life in paradise is waiting for you. Do tawbah, you have it again. Anytime you fall, get back up. Anytime Shaitan says you can't be forgiven, no. He is not God. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't let him fool you and deceive you. Just because he's condemned doesn't mean you're condemned. Remember this, as Shaykh Ahmad Abbas says all the time, is that you're not an angel, but you're not the devil either. You're not an angel that you will not commit sin, but you're not the devil that you're cursed forever and ever. No, you're human beings. You will make mistakes. You will make errors. But you're not condemned. Do tawbah, everything's forgotten. Carry on. But don't think that I will not commit sin. No, you will. You will error. Because that's the facet of human beings. That's what we'll do. It'll happen. Okay. You do good, don't get too happy. You do bad, don't actually think it's actually the whole of the end of the world. Carry on. Have that balance. So now you strive. As soon as you strive, your past is purified, your action is being purified, your beliefs are purified. You just need to strive now. Under the stewardship of a guide. It's amazing. This was said the other day is that for every facet of our life, when we went to school, went to college, when we went to university, when we get a job, in every aspect, we always have a teacher, a supervisor, a line manager, somebody to tell us how to do this stuff, how to do that. At the beginning, we learned A, B, C, D. Then we learned how to write. Then we learned how to read. Then we learned how to actually calculate. Every aspect of our life, we've always had a teacher. Even when you go to gym, you need somebody to show you how to use the equipment. You can't just you might injure yourself. Okay, somebody, there'll be, even if it's your friend who knows more than you, you have that person to show you and direct you. Every aspect, from gym to weight loss, to actually trading, to cryptocurrency, to everything, you've had somebody to teach you and guide you along the way. How is it, my dear brothers and elders and sisters, is that how is it for your iman and for your akhirah you don't have a teacher? That is very strange. How is it that the most important thing in your life, which is iman, that you don't have somebody to guide you and show you how to preserve that, to purify that, to protect that, to mold that, so that you can reclaim the land of paradise which is waiting for you, and you can have the pleasure of Allah. How is it you don't have a teacher for that? How is it that you can have a teacher for cryptocurrency, for your shares, for your expenditures, for your businesses, for your education, for everything else, but for this you don't have a teacher? It is a very strange matter. But from the Mi'raj we can see that Jibreel came with Buraq, that is showing us that if you don't know, if you don't have a guide, you will get stranded. Jibreel Islam said, Rasulullah, keep your eye on this, don't look other way, follow me. That is why you need a guide. You need a teacher to show you how to get yourself out of this world, this rut that we're in, the state of sinfulness that we're in, the ghafla that we're in, how to get us out from this entrapments and to avoid the pitfalls. That is why you need a guide to show you how to do that. And we fall in trap day in and day out. We fall into traps of shaitan, and we don't wisen up, and we don't listen. Oh no! I know. If you don't, then you're still struggling. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years now has gone, you're still struggling. 20 years now have gone, you're still struggling. When are you going to do? Until you go to your grave? When are we going to wake up? Follow and have a guide to actually. Anyway, this is something that we can actually think. Then here, this is important. When they went to Masjid al-Aqsa, there were the prophets and messengers. What is that symbol? Is that okay? Then the reason why you get trapped down, but you're not able to. Now, alhamdulillah, you're trying to ascend. That's that push. You don't tawbah. Yeah, I'm going to now push. Get away from this world. Get away from sin. What happens? You get dragged down again. Why? Because you have bad company. Going to Aqsa and being the prophets in the presence of prophets and messengers, what that signifies that despite all of that, your company is the most crucial thing as well. Who are you keeping company of? Who are you having sohbah with? Who is your sahabi? Who is your companion? Who is it? Because if your sahabi, if your companion are good, righteous, pious, God-fearing, they will also take you to that light and they will take you to that goodness. Otherwise, if your pious, if your company is wretched, sinful, heedless, they will also take you towards that door and that way as well. So you need to wisen up. Do you want to ascend up or do you want to go back down again? You made that boost, you've gone there now. Okay, alhamdulillah, you got yourself away from that sin. But what happened is that you left that sin. Oh, brother, look at this. Let's go and have that. It's been so long. Let's go and do that. Try that. You remember how fun it was? Let's see you back down again. Oh, have you seen that the movie? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go and watch it. Yeah, that's you back down again. You made intention, I'm not going to watch, I'm not going to binge watch anymore, I'm not going to do this anymore, I'm not going to do that anymore, I'm not going to go near that, I'm not going to go near this. But how many times have you and me experienced a witness is that not through you but through somebody else you've gone back down doing the same thing again? That is the importance of sohbah. Companionship. Who you keep company. Your religion is the religion of friends. That's what Rasulullah said. Look at who your friends are. Choose your friends wisely. So this is important. If you want the uruj, if you want the ascension towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after rectifying and having all those boosters to lift you up, initial lift and buzz, then you need to have the right company so that you can now materialize and really ascend to the heavens. Because it's after this, he ascends to the heavens. And what are those heavens reflect? The 7 heavens reflects the 7 organs of the body, the eyes, ears, tongue, and feet. And then Baytul Mamur reflects the purification of the mind. Once you conquer that, you've got this. Then the Arsh of Allah represents the heart, and so on and so on. You can read this, you can sit with another, they'll tell you everything. All of this about how you can actually have ascension and be in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ascend towards Him. That is what we should have learnt about Mi'raj, and that is the practical lesson we should have taken from the month of Rajab. If we haven't done that, and we're in the blessed month of Sha'ban, how do we expect now to have a blessed Ramadan? Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jilani rahmullah, he equated, there are 5 letters, Sheen, Ain, Ba, Alif and Noon, Sha'ban. Sheen stands for Sharaf, nobility. This is month of Sharaf, nobility. This is a month of so Ain stands for Ulu, highness, loftiness, sublimity. Is that to have loftiness and highness, if you want this, you can have this is the blessing of Sha'ban. Ba, Bir, piety and taqwa, this is a goodness. Doing goodness in this month, this is the blessing of Sha'ban. Ulf is that intimacy, that intimate connection with Allah subhanahu you can have in the blessed month of Sha'ban. Noor, light. Allah sent the Nuru Samawati al Ard. These are the gifts of Sha'ban. Just by the name Sha'ban, these are the gifts that we can be having in this blessed month. But if we're not even actually ascended, how are we expected to have this? When are we going to start our journey? When are we going to start our ascension? Rather than ascending, what we're doing is that we are descending. Is me and you descending? Brother Qays, what do you mean? Ascending upwards, are we going downwards? What is it? We've got the earth, and what's below the earth? We're going to the whole core, fire. Is that what we're going towards? Because if we're dragging ourselves with committing more and more sins, in month of Shaban, in month of Ramadan, that is what we're doing. We're going core deep towards the core of the earth. Core fire, molten fire. That is what we're going towards. We need to get, and if we are already there, we need to start going, oh my dear brothers and sisters and elders. I'm saying this to myself, reminding myself, don't think I'm talking about my own self here. Is that we need to get ourselves out. I need to get myself out. If I want to trap there, I need to start getting up and getting out of there, because we can't tolerate that. It's dark, it's hot, it's entrapment. I want to be free. So the blessed gifts of Sha'ban is there. If you want that nobility, if you want that sublimity, if you want that loftiness, if you want that piety, if you want that intimacy, if you want that light of radiancy, then this is the gift of Sha'ban. But rather, like the brother was saying, is that in the night of Mi'raj, what was given, you heard the famous hadith, isn't it? Sha'ban is my month. Rajab is the month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Ramadan is the month for my ummatis. Yeah? You've heard it. Let me just ask you, what do you understand from this? What do you understand? Rajab is my month, month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I'll look, brother, what do you understand when it says Rajab is the month of Allah, Sha'ban is my month, and Ramadan is the month for my ummah? Forgiveness. Good answer, mashallah. Brother, what do you think it means? No? Okay. Brother in the chat, what do you think? Just 1 second, we'll go. Yes, brother, yes, yourself. Yeah. What do you think it means? Okay. What about Sha'ban then? Okay. And Ramadan, what would you? Ramadan is for my ummah. Okay, good. Okay, brother, yes, you had your hand. Yeah. I'm saying that you've heard this famous hadith. What do you understand from it? Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, mashallah. So you heard that Rasul is saying that Sha'ban is my month. But what does it mean by that? Anybody? What you understand? So, Jamil, next to you, that brother over there, go on. What do you understand from it? MashaAllah, very good. Okay, we'll come at the front here. No, Lala, don't worry, I'm not going to ask you. Lala's just good there. Brother, what do you... Lala does not want me to pick him, that's for sure. Okay, that's what it is. You go, what do you understand from it? I know you're simple the case, you just shoot me there, honestly. Why did you do that? What do you understand from it? You know, good. Okay, good answer. You're not sure. You want to ask? God, that's a clever answer, that one. I'm not sure. Okay, somebody, brother at the back there. Yes, that's yourself. What do you... Yeah. Okay, very good answer. MashaAllah, very good. So good answers we've been given here, MashaAllah. So here, the analogy that we'll be given about these blessed months, you hear it again and again and again, and we hear it. A great, Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jilani actually quotes the Zunnun Misri Rahmallah, who was a great wali, a friend of Allah as well. And he equates these months as well, as you're hearing as well. They said, as you heard, is that Rajab is the month of Allah, Sha'ban is the month of Rasulullah, and Ramadan is the month of Ummah. Okay? In other words, he, alayhi rahmah, was saying, is basically saying is that, like you were saying, is that he gave the analogy that Rajab is the month to which you connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ask forgiveness for your sins, and really connect and sow the seed of connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His blessing. So if you now think, what did Rasulullah do? When he went for Mi'raj, he came with the gift of what? Of Salah. In that Salah that He's given us, that salah was reduced even then, again, long story short, is that reduced from 50 to 5. Is that from 50 to 5 we've been given 5 daily prayers as a way of what? Having intimacy and connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throughout the 24 hours. Because it's fard, it is fard, forced intimacy, forced connection. And what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was is not forced. That's why He said 50. Are you understanding here? Is that the reason why Allah says is that my ummah, my servants will benefit most if they connect with at least 50 times. That is where the benefit lies. So they don't miss me and they will actually be aware of me and they don't forget about me. But I will force the minimum is there, I'll force them to do it 5. Then remaining all the time, you're supposed to do yourself. Now, me and you forget about doing, we're just struggling to do the fard. Forget about nafal. Brother, what are you on about nafal? What is that? That's what you're going to be saying. What's tahajjud? What's that? I never heard of that. What's ishraq? What's these nawafil? I don't know what nawafil is. I can't even do my fard. I got so many qaza. How can I do that? That is what me and you should be doing. That's the optimum. That is what we're supposed to be doing. Forget that. Don't worry. I'll teach you. Our mashaykhs, our teachers, Shaykh Ahmad Dabbagh, they've given us a beautiful, beautiful, effortless way of actually doing this for 50 times a day minimum. And we shall see this in a bit, inshallah, bi'iznillah. So here is a connection. Now that salah has been given is the way to connect. And that is what the gift is. Now, because it's such a gift that you can come and remember, as-salah mi'rajul mu'min is the ascension for the believer. So He gave the gift of salah as a way of mimicking His sunnah of ascending. If you want ascension, He is saying, oh my ummati, be in prayer and you can have that ascension. Every single rakat, every single salah, you can have that ascension and follow my sunnah. Where is mine and your salah ascending to? To the kebab shop? To the gold shop? To Primark? To the currency? That's where we're going. But He sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying that our salah should be ascending towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's presence. That's where it's supposed to go. That's where it's supposed to be. And that because it's such a precious gift that in that intimacy, in that time, that in the most closest you can be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, me and you, is when we're in sajda. That is when we're most closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as a way of saying thank you for that wonderful gift, as you know, is that whoever gives you a gift, it's only etiquette that you thank them for that gift. And the most precious gift He gave, one of the most precious gifts was salah, is that is why Sha'aban is my month, is that way here in this month, is that to show gratitude and thankfulness to Rasulullah for giving us this gift, we try to now emulate him as much as possible to show thankfulness for that gift. So Sha'aban is my month, this month, oh my ummatis, follow me, connect with me, and thank by sending durood and salawat on the Prophet ﷺ. Thank me for this gift that I'm giving you, that you can connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the month of Ramadan is that if you are ascending and you're showing thankfulness, Allah azidannakum, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you even more. That is the month of Ramadan. That is why it's month of harvest, month of bliss. So month of sowing, you sow that connection. Month of watering is that when you send salawat and durood upon Prophet ﷺ and connect with him, is watering those good deeds and let it fruition. Let it burst, and that connection now becomes a tree and fruit gives fruition. And then in month of Ramadan, it's time to harvest that fruit and enjoy in bliss. That is why people say they don't want Ramadan to finish. Even the sinful people say that there's something about Ramadan we love. Something about Ramadan we love, despite the fact, we have to go Taraweeh and all this thing, but it's nice, isn't it? It's just nice. They can't say anything, but it's real nice, isn't it? We really, really like it. There you go. There's something that even the sinful people can actually understand, like myself and yourself. We don't really want it to go. And the regret is that why do we make better of it? So before Ramadan comes, remember the dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said that, Allahumma barik lana fi Rajab wa Sha'ban wa ballighna Ramadan. Me and you have no guarantee we'll reach Ramadan, my dear brothers and elders. Ramadan has gone, that's in the past. Rajab has gone, that's in the past. That's in the past. Ramadan is a hopeful expectation, that's in the future, which we don't know if we're ever going to get. Only thing now in Sha'ban is a present. So make use of it. That is the call of Sayyidina Fajr. He said is that Rajab is in the past, it's gone now. There's no point of actually regretting or saying anything about it. Ramadan is an anxiety, is a future element which is coming. You don't know if you are ever going to reach there or not. But make use of Sha'ban as the present. You can now still win. You can still benefit by tawbah, by turning, by relenting, by rectifying and connecting with Allah and His Messenger and setting your goals right and your aim and direction in life and purpose right. That is how you will now achieve the blissful Ramadan. So may Allah enable us all to understand and benefit from the blessed teaching of Sayyidina Al-Qajilani and also Al-Mashah, Sayyidina Abdul Dabbagh and Sayyidina Ahmad Dabbagh. This is all their teaching that they've given us. That is why we're actually blessed from them and we're benefiting from them. But may Allah enable us all to have our own uruj, our own ascension. Be it, and it doesn't matter, it doesn't need to be in Rajab. You can have it tonight, you can have it today. You can have it in an hour's time. You turn. You do a turn. That's like a boost turning away from the dunya and facing upward. That is one uruj. That is one ascension. Taking the steps towards controlling your organs, that's another uruj. That's another ascension. Then going towards even having controlling and pure mind, that's another level of ascension. You have your own uruj. Experience it. Live it. Breathe it. Mimic the Prophet ﷺ in your salah. Mimic the Prophet ﷺ in your daily life. And have that uruj every single moment. And I was telling you that, sorry, here they said is that you reap whatever you sow. I was telling you that how is it that we can actually have sort of just like this worship, easy way of worshipping, easy way of connecting. Just the first, step number 3 is that every hour, how you can actually stand and be and connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala voluntarily, simple. What you can do is that every hour, put a timer on. Put a timer. There's 24 hours. If every hour you put the timer on, a reminder on to tell you, connect with Allah and be in His presence, that hour, when the timer comes, you connect, feel, experience that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord of the worlds, is with me, He's seeing me, He's watching me, and He's with me. Feel that, live that, breathe that for a minute or so, and then go back doing your task. Keep that as much as possible. Then again, another hour will come, do it again. Another hour will come, do it again. Another hour will come, do it again. If you do this 24 hours, about 50 times in a day, you're forcing yourself to be in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That was what was originally sent. That connect with me 50 times a day. Now you are forcing yourself to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 50 times a day instead of 5. Then what happens? You do that, coupled with that, have good character with people. You don't do anything else. Let's say, for example, you don't do anything else. I can't do tahajjud, brother. I can't do any nafil. I can't do any zikr. But what you can do is that whenever you meet somebody, make sure you leave them in a better state than you met them. Make them happy. Make them actually hopeful. Make them better, be better, show joyfulness, kindness, whatever it is. They should feel better before you met them when you leave. That is good character. And the third is that what I want you to do is, if you want this easy way of actually having uruj and ascension, is what? If you've got nothing to say, just have long periods of silence. Be quiet. It's very hard for myself and yourself these days, the day of influencers. We have to give all our opinions. We have to say everything. No, just be quiet. Practice this for 30 days before Ramadan comes. Watch how you transform yourself. This is a very, very effortless but transformative, ascending life that you'll have towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by these 3 amals. Long silence, good character, and what? Presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala every hour. Practice it for 30 days. You got Shaban now, practice it before Ramadan comes, and you see how this transforms you before Ramadan comes, the fruition comes. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us all to practice this and really, really ascend towards the qurbaniyat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Jazakumullah khairan jazaa. Subhanakallah bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.
As Imam Qays beautifully explained, that really we have a wonderful opportunity amongst us now. We are in the blessed month of Sha'ban, the Isra wal Miraj. We have just witnessed, or we have just gone past the 27th of Rajab. So now the question is, are we going to be those people who benefit from the time? Are we going to be those people who benefit from the season of change? Are we going to be those people who benefit from the season of self-purification? Or are we going to continue on what we are doing? Are we going to be those who will continue with whatever we are doing, expecting a change? As Imam Qays mentioned, that really we have a land there waiting for us. We have a land there waiting for us. And those of us, or those of you from the Indo-Pak area, people fight wars, people, years and years, they go to the police stations over land that is in Pakistan or India. They spend time, people become aged over this, really. People become aged over this. They spend money fighting this. They spend time, effort fighting this. Are we willing now to do the same, if not more, for the Akhirah? For our land that's there waiting for us. Each person here and each person downstairs and upstairs and all people across the world have land waiting for them, have a palace waiting for them. And Shaitan has done hamla on this. What are we willing to do for this now? We have time now. It is a blessed month of Sha'ban now. Imagine a month attributed to the Prophet ﷺ. Imagine this. So why not? Let's be those people who can stand on the Day of Judgment and mention, it is, Ya Rasulullah, it was on your month that I decided to change. It was on your month that I really strove and wanted to get this land back. And it was on this month that I turned from the life of sinfulness and heedlessness that I was living towards you, Ya Allah. And let's be those people who have this vigor and this conviction to want to change. Everything else, we are only asked one thing. We only asked one thing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we have the want to change. We have the want to change. If we have this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will facilitate everything for us. Those who want to know more, come and approach me. Let's sit down. Let's speak as brothers. Let's speak as brothers and let's get this knowledge and let's put it into practice. No one's asking that you come see me 5 hours every day and I will give you a palace. So that no one's asking this. Just come, learn, adopt in your life. Inshallah. So again, those who want to know more, let's sit down. Approach me after the gathering. If you've not got time now, give us your number. We will contact you. We will meet you wherever you are, inshallah. If not, we can facilitate over Zoom as well. And let's be those people who are going in the right direction, the direction to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to attain our land, inshallah. Also, for those people who want to put their name down for any healing or anything like this, please approach Brother Hamza. Inshallah. Now, inshallah, we will have the gathering of dhikr taking place. So I request everyone to stand up and let some blood flow through to the legs. But let's remain quiet. Let's remain in the etiquette that we are in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if everyone could come forward, please. And inshallah, when yourselves are ready, you can be seated, inshallah. This will be a loud zikr. So what I request everyone to do is really recite at the top of your voices. But be mindful that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with you, watching you and hearing you whilst you are doing this. Inshallah. Now if everyone can be seated, we will make preparations to start, inshallah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الدين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يعوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا مولاي صل وسلم دائما على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم دائما أبدا مولاي صل وسلم مولاي صل وسلم دائما على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم على حبيبك خير محمد 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 سيد الكونين والثقلين والفريقين من عرب ومن عجم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا مولاي صل وسلم على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته لكل حول من الأهوال مقتحم فاعلم أنه لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله Allah ज़ाहिर बातिन है अल्लाह 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 अंतल मौला अंतल हक लैसल मौला इल्ला हू अंतल मौला अंतल हक लैसल मौला इल्ला हू أنت الهادي أنت الحق ليس الهادي إلا هو أنت الهادي أنت الحق ليس الهادي إلا هو حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله 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 على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى 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 الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين 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 أنت خير الراحمين أنت خير الراحمين أنت خير الراحمين أنت خير الراحمين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين
أستغفر الله
أستغفر الله
أستغفر الله
أستغفر الله
أستغفر الله
أستغفر الله
الذي لا إله إلا هو
الذي لا إله إلا هو
الحي القيوم
الحي القيوم
وأتوب إليه
وأتوب إليه
أستغفر الله العظيم
أستغفر الله العظيم
الذي لا إله إلا هو
الذي لا إله إلا هو
الحي القيوم
الحي القيوم
وأتوب إليه
وأتوب إليه
توبة عبد ظالم لنفسه لا يملك لنفسه موتا ولا حياة ولا
الله
أستغفر الله
أستغفر الله
أستغفر الله
أستغفر الله
الذي لا إله إلا هو
الذي لا إله إلا هو
الحي القيوم
الحي القيوم
وأتوب إليه
وأتوب إليه
اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحابه وسلم اللهم صل على
سيدنا
ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحابه وسلم الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الغافرين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الرازقين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الحافظين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الرازقين يا رب العالمين يا أكرم الأكرمين. We ask you that you bless us with this gathering, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Whatever nasir that we're given, whatever supplication that we're doing, whatever dhikr that we're doing, Ya Rabbil Alameen, please reward us abundantly with this majlis of ours, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Please send the reward, this reward, the gift to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the wasilah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, as a gift to all the prophets and messengers, upon all the Sahaba Ajma'in, and upon all the Malaika, the Muqarrabeen, and upon all the Awliya and Salihin, Ya Rabbil Alameen, khususan upon our beloved brother Ahmad and Akhlaq's mother, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Please bestow upon her, Ya Rabbil Alameen. She's passed away this week, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Please elevate her state in Jannah, remove her difficult in the grave, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Whatever good that she's done, please accept it by your Father and grace and mercy. Whatever mistake that she might have done, Ya Rabbi, please forgive her, Ya Rabbil Alameen. We're all human beings, we all make mistakes, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ya Allah, but you're the most forgiving, you're the most merciful, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ya Allah, she's left her family behind, Ya Rabbil Alameen, and comfort at this difficult time to all her relatives, especially her sons and daughters and her brothers and sisters, whomever they are alive, Ya Rabbil Alameen, please comfort them in this difficult time, Ya Rabbil Alameen. All those brothers and sisters who love their parents, their loved ones, Ya Rabbi, also bless them, elevate their states in Jannah, remove difficulty in grave, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Malik al-Akhirah. We've heard about the blessings of Sha'ban, the blessings of Ramadan, the blessings of Rajab, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Like Rasulullah said, Ya Rabbil Alameen, please grant us blessing, barakah, for Rajab or Sha'ban, and enable us to Ramadan, Ya Rabbil Alameen. By your grace and mercy, help us to live into Ramadan, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Help us to maximize our time, our efforts in this blessed month of Sha'ban. Help us to have uruj, every single prayer, every single moment, every single breath, Ya Rabbil Alameen, towards your qurban, your nearness, and help us to shun ourselves from evil and sin and ghafla, Ya Rabbil Alameen, every single moment, every single breath, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Malik al-Akhirah. Indeed, we are trapped in this world in terms of shaitanic temptations and desires, and nafsanic temptations and desires, Ya Rabbil Alameen. These two are completely hammering us, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Help us to defeat them, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Help us to overcome the desires of nafs and shaitan and temptations, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Help us to be not to be bewildered and by embezzlement of this dunya and the riches of this dunya and the glory of this dunya, Rabbal Alameen. Help us to see for what it is, as our Rasulullah said, that this is nothing but an illusion, this is nothing but a ghurur, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman al-Malik al-Akhirah, help us to rectify ways, amend our ways towards you, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Whatever mistakes that we've done, whatever sins that we've done, be they major or minor, be it sins that we've done open and secret, be it sins that we've done knowingly or unknowingly, Ya Rabbal Alameen. You are the forgiver, you are the coverer, you are the one who covers all our sins, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Cover us of our sins, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Protect us from the evil of ourselves and the evil of others, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, help us to reconnect with you, Ya Rabbal Alameen, if we've lost our connection. Help us to rekindle our faith and love with you if we've actually lost that. Help us to re-establish our love and reliance upon you if we actually lost that, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Help us to solidify even more so your presence and awareness in our lives and our daily tasks, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Oh Allah, the most merciful, most kind, send your limited peace and blessing upon your beloved Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that he has given us this gift of prayer, Salah, he has given us the gift of Quran, the gift of Salah, gift of all of this gift, but most important, the gift of you, as we wouldn't know you if it wasn't for him, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Send your limited peace and blessing upon him, upon his companions, upon the family of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, upon Sayyidina Ali, Sayyidina Fatima, upon Sayyidina Imam Hassan and Hussein, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Bless them all and bless all the house of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Bless all the Mashaykhs of Tariqat Muhammad, especially Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Al-Baram, Sayyidina Abdul Qays Jilani, and of all the Mashaykhs, and especially upon our beloved teacher Sayyidina Ahmad Dabbagh. Ya Allah, give them a long life, healthy life, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Remove the plans and temptations that Shaitan has put forward so that we to dissemble, Ya Rabbal Alameen, to diminish the work and the efforts that they're doing, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Help us and protect us, be those protectors, be those pillars in which the message can be protected, and message can be brought forward to all the masses for the future generations to come, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, grant them even more illumination, even more knowledge, and more futuhat, Ya Rabbal Alameen, so the whole ummah can benefit and we can benefit, Ya Rabbal Alameen. And for those of us who have been away from our beloved teacher, disconnected from our teacher, help us to reconnect both internally and outwardly, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Help us to rekindle that love and that obedience and that ita'at of our teachers, so we can have the love and obedience and ita'at of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, so we can have the love and obedience towards you. Ya Allah, we ask you now, our teacher, obedience in the message that he brought us, to love it for what it is, for whom he is, Ya Rabbal Alameen, solely for you, for your pleasure, and to annihilate the love of Rasulullah, Ya Rabbal Alameen, and to annihilate your love and your obedience and your everything, Ya Rabbal Alameen, Ya Akramul Akrameen. We, your sinful selves, Ya Rabbal Alameen. We're reading the books about people who love you, Ya Rabbal Alameen. We're not of them. You make us of them, Ya Rabbal Alameen. We're reading the books, those people who have intimacy with you. We're not of them, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Help us to have intimacy with you, Ya Rabbal Alameen. We read in the books that those people who have attained your salvation and paradise, Ya Rabbal Alameen, we're not of them. We pray that you make us of one of them, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, we ask you that you enable us to die with Iman in the state that you please with, and not in the state that you displease, Ya Rabbal Alameen. All the goodness that Rasulullah asked for in this world and Akhirah, please grant us that, and all the things that he's Ya Rabbal Alameen. وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.